Good morning, beloved. This is Antoinette Marie. I know that it's early. I know that many of you are still burning the candlelight on this beautiful, beautiful morning. But I want to just take a couple minutes, and I'm only going to be on here a little bit. As the sun comes up, I really believe that God Most High, our source, who is our supreme being, who gives us strength and who encourages us every single day, that we can be absolutely anything that we decide that we want to be, and that be is being you. Anything that you look into the world that is needed, it's really what you are to bring to the world. Whatever makes you light up every single morning. This morning I want to just to encourage individuals and to pray, because yesterday in our Bridging the Nation broadcast, we had several individuals that after the broadcast contacted me and said, hey, I really need you to stand in the gap, to pray for, to intercede, to lift me up. And I can honestly say to you, I'm not necessarily shocked. Not shocked because it's me. I'm just a vessel, y'all. And I hope that you understand that I'm just a vessel, and there's nothing that I boast about. But when I get excited about being authentic and knowing exactly who you are and developing and journeying through this thing called life, I hope and I always pray every single day that individuals don't have to struggle, don't have to suffer how I suffered, and don't have to go through as much. And suffering, I know everybody is going to have it. But I believe that I suffered so much, whether in my own life, not really understanding who I was and not really understanding whose I was, for such a time as this. I honest to God I do believe that God allowed for me to suffer for some individuals, that I can be that midwife, that doula, that sister friend, that mentor, that coach that would help individuals to process, to plan, to go through, not be stuck. And so this morning, as I sit and watch the sunrise, I want to say to any person that's out there that feels as though they can't do it because of something, they can't live out their dream, they can't because of an entity, because of an individual. And I know it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, but I just want to encourage you. You can do anything that you set your mind to. And I'm going to get a little emotional about it today. Because there's so much life for us to live, beloved. As you wake up this morning and you hear the birds, as you wake up this morning and you think so much about your capability, you think so much about your family, your friends, your children. I just want to encourage you, just to let you know that you can do it, that you can push your way through, even when people tell you that you can't, even when people, unfortunately, because of what's going on with them and in their life and in their past and how they were treated as a child, they may abandon you, they may leave you on the wayside. But I want to let you know, because the God that's in you already, the Most High that's in you already, the supreme being that's in you, that you can do it. And that God loves you so much. He loves you so much. And so some of you are making steps. You are and have determined in your life that you will not stay stuck. Let me sit this down here. Good morning, Keisha. You've determined in your life that you will no longer stay stuck. You have determined in your life that you're going to live a prosperous life, an abundant life, a life of joy. You've determined in your life you're not waiting, that you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for somebody to give you the head nod, that you have taken your life back. I thank God for insight. I thank God for intuition. I thank God for discernment. And I just want to say, any and everything that God has placed in your heart, I want you to know that God has placed it in your heart. And when God places something in your heart, beloved, I know you hear a lot of birds, so I hope you can hear me, Keisha. But when God has placed something in your heart to do and for it to manifest, and I'm not just talking about things and boats and cars and Lamborghinis and big houses. Those are things that are good. But that's really, honestly, that's at the lower level of manifestation. And I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that because I'm doing a study on neurobiology and how the brain works. And when I have this conversation, and it's really a study, and I'm putting together something, but it's not ready yet. And I'm able to tell you that it's not ready yet. But I want to say to you today that, yes, no weapon formed against you, it shall not prosper. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be like a boomerang. And when it tries to cut you down, when it tries to overtake you, it's going to come back. It's going to go right back to whoever tried to plant it there. It's going to go right back to whoever planted it there. So I'm just here to encourage you this morning. I said yesterday, there's something about being vulnerable. And for me, because of the empathy that I have for human beings, I'll cry in a minute, y'all. Nature's my happy place too, Keisha. I thank you for sharing that this morning. It definitely is it's my happy place. You know, for so many decades, it's not even been years, you know, people have always said, oh, wow, you're so different. Oh, wow, you're so peculiar. And I used to not been able to embrace that. I used to not to be able to understood what that mean, and particularly as a woman of color, as an African American, as a black woman who really loved nature and loved animals and loved plants and named my plants. I have plants now that I've named that have been with me for such a long time. But I embrace that because I know that the tribe that God has called me to, it's so vast. And everybody that God calls me to, they don't have to be just like me. But I also recognized long ago that I don't have to be just like them either. And that's what makes a great tribe. And so I'm going to change up here. And so this morning, I just want to say, and I know people are going to see this on the replay this morning, but I just want to say, listen, no good thing with God will God withhold from you. It's already yours. It's already yours. And when we step into the second level of manifestation, which is service, which is how do I continue to be my authentic self and live and to be, capital B, capital E, without looking for somebody to affirm us, without looking for any individual to pat us on the back, because you are living your true self, because you're living your true identity, you're living in the reason why God communicated with you before he placed you in your mother's womb. And so for us to continue just to study, to get more knowledge, to illuminate, to radiate the goodness and the kindness and the love that is already in us. And so I thank God. I tell you right now, if I know my work is not done, and if God decided, Most High decided, listen, I need you here with me, I desire it, I tell you, it's all right with my soul. It's so all right with my soul. And so I just want to see you win. I want to see you do exactly what God has told you to do. There's honestly nothing in my life that I need. There's nothing in my life that I want for. I thank God for that, because ultimately he is my source. I thank my husband for that, because God allowed for us to be together and even to be as one. I'm so grateful for that. I've known my husband over 30 years. Though we have not been married that long, he was my best friend, and God allowed for us to come together. I tell you, God is so spectacular. Keisha, you're going to see probably in about 10 minutes this sunrise. It's going to be so beautiful. So I want to say thank you for sharing this moment and this morning with me. I almost forgot what today was. I think it's Friday. Thank you, beloved. I can't wait to see you, Keisha. I can't wait to embrace you. I can't wait. And I'm so long. I don't want to say I can't wait, but I'm so looking forward to being able to embrace you. A lot of times I don't say a lot about what I see people doing on social media. But you're doing a great work, beloved. You're doing an absolute great work. Stay steadfast. Stay steadfast. Unmovable, unshakable. Because you are unstoppable. You are unstoppable. And so I just want to pray. I want you to breathe too, Keisha. I want you to breathe. I want you to breathe. I want you to breathe as you see the sun rising. I want you to breathe, beloved. No good thing will Most High, our God, withhold from you, that those that believe in him. And I know that you believe in him. So I lift up every man, every king right now. I say that you can do it, and you will do it, and you will go forth. Keep your momentum. Don't turn to the left or to the right. Keep your momentum. Know that there is uniqueness in you, and that's a good thing. I pray for your families. I pray that you be the king in your family, in your household. Even if you don't have children, you still are a king. I pray that for those kings that do have children, that you be the father that God has called you to be. That you be the kind father, the kind dad. That you be the watchman on the wall. I pray that you are that. I pray that you just flow into that. I pray that you flow into that. I pray as a king on this earth that your mantle is made plain, that the call upon your life is being made plain right now. I thank you for that. I thank you for being kingdom-minded. I thank you for our kings and our fathers out there being kingdom-minded. Continue to press. Continue to press. Continue to stay woke. Continue to do it. Your children need you. Your grandchildren need you. Never forget that. And you need you, right? You need you. I pray for my queens that are here on this planet called Earth. I pray for moms. I pray for aunties and grandmoms. I pray for friends, sisters, that you be strong and of great courage, that you be brave, that you don't have to prove anything to anyone. You have made great sacrifices, and God sees it. God knows. Look at that, Keisha, it's coming. It's coming up. I tell you, God is miraculous. We don't know how this thing works. But I pray that you, queens, will walk into your own purpose, will walk into your destiny, because that is so important. That you walk into your destiny, that you walk the path of righteousness, that you walk the path that has been ordained and selected for you. I'm going to sit this down for a little bit. Hold it with one hand. That's my prayer for you. And God is just to do exceedingly, abundantly, above any and everything we can ask, we can imagine, we can think about in our lives. So I'm here this morning just to encourage you. Good morning to whoever just joined me. I thank you so much. So this was my morning conversation with God, and Keisha joined me. And so now you're with us this morning. I know it's early. You are an early riser. So I'm just doing affirmations. I'm doing prayers this morning for individuals, and share this if you like. And if you just want it to be us, I understand. I do understand. You're right, Keisha. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You just have to follow your heart and choose what I want to share with the world. Beyonce said that? Okay. Well, we're going to give Beyonce a clap on that one. So thank you so much for being here. And so for every human being that's in this world, listen, beloved, there's nothing that goes on that God doesn't see. He sees it all. He sees it all. There's no hiding place. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that he sees it all. And God is my refuge. He is our strength, an ever-present shelter in our times when we have storms. He is that. And so I'm just going to speak some people's names out because I want to affirm them this morning. These are individuals just like you, Keisha, that are in my tribes. And I just want to encourage them this morning. I want to encourage you, Carrie. God is going to align you. He's already aligning you with people, places, your purpose. This community center, I speak it forth right now. I speak it forth right now. I speak it forth in Jesus' name. Thank you, God. I pray for Maribel, that God is doing the same for you in your ministry and in your life. I pray for Jeremy. I thank you because you're doing a great work. I pray for Brandy Johnson. I pray for Tracy Randolph. I pray for Jason. You're doing such extraordinary work. Jeffrey, you're absolutely great. Sadari, you're spectacular. I thank you. Sheila, you're absolutely exceptional. Suave, you are so suave, and God has made you so totally complete. I thank you, and I pray for Anthony. I pray for Crystal, that you are doing such amazing work, and God is going to continue to bless you because your heart is right. Here it comes, Keisha. I pray for Shamika. You are so great, and nothing, there will be no stumbling block that will come to you, that it will not go back. I tell you about the boomerang effect. It's so real. Let me explain that. I'll explain that another day. And Keisha, I continue to pray for you. I pray for Wesley. I pray for Anna. I pray for Andrew. I pray for Andre. I pray for Alexander. I pray for Bria. I pray for Jamari. You're doing absolutely exceptional work. Thank you for allowing me to be your mom, your bonus mom, your sister friend, whatever it is. I thank you so much. I pray for Mia Lot. I thank you so much. I pray for Montel, Tasha, Latasha, my family members. I pray for that baby that's in your womb, whoever that is, that he or she shall live and he or she shall not die. Look at that, Keisha. Isn't that beautiful? I pray for Karen. I pray for LaRon. Thank you. And I know I'm going to miss people. But if you are human on this planet and we are connected in some way, I pray for your abundance in life. Pray for your abundance in life, right? I pray for Anna, that you will come forth. That you will come forth and be exactly who God has predestined for you to be. There is so much greatness. I even pray for mentors like Les Brown and Tony Evans. I thank God for these men and women of God that are so strong. I pray for Joycelyn Henderson. I pray for Walter Henderson. I pray that the awakening that is happening, the true awakening that is happening in lives. Keisha, that almost looks like a sunset. Isn't it amazing? It looks like a little island right there. You see that? Looks like a little island right there. But it's actually a cloud. So good morning, good morning, good morning to each and every one of you. This is Antoinette Marie. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful, doesn't it? You saw those birds that just came by? When I see things like that, God is saying, listen, good morning. It almost looks like a beautiful rainbow somewhere. It's amazing. It's amazing. Where am I? I'm in Wisconsin. So I stay in a little small suburb in Wisconsin. This is what Wisconsin looks like. It can look like. And depending on the season, we might have 6 feet of snow. But we're going to take and embrace today. We're going to embrace this day. Yes, Wisconsin can look like this. Where are you located, Keisha? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful morning. So, your voice kind of be a little scratchy in the morning. As we breathe again. as we breathe again. Oh, you're in Virginia. You're in Virginia. Virginia's beautiful. I love Virginia, actually. I've been to Arlington, Virginia, and there's a couple of the places that I went to. I took a lot of time to be in Virginia when I was doing some work in DC, and I said sing anyway. When I was doing some work in DC, and I either stayed in Virginia or Maryland. I actually love Virginia. My husband actually, we're a military family, and he was stationed in Virginia as well. Oh, you're in Chesapeake. Okay. Oh, okay. You're closer, and you're okay to Virginia Beach. Okay. All right. So as people gather and they wake up this morning and breathe, I always tell people, don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Now, Keisha, you have been on here with me. Look at that. So sometimes when I take pictures, people think that I like photoshopped them or put a filter on them. There's no filter on here. This is 100% waking up this morning and seeing such greatness. I know people are going to say, oh, what filter did you use? It's called God. That's the filter. That's the filter. I took a picture of it, so that's why you ladies and gentlemen went out. Good morning, Leah. How are you this morning? You are spectacular. So we've been on here for a little bit this morning, Keisha and I, just kind of shooting the beautiful breeze, and we woke up when it was pretty much dark outside, and so she sat with me this morning and watched the sunrise, And so thank you for joining us this morning as we watch the sun rise here on this day. One of the things that I said to Keisha, it almost looks like a little island over there. Looks like an island over there. Keisha, we are soul sisters, I tell you. We'll have to share some photos back and forth. I'll send you some that I took not too long ago. A couple of weeks ago, the sunrise as well, and some flowers. My neighbors, so many of our neighbors have doggies, and one of the things is that my neighbors kind of called me like the dog whisperer. It's amazing that dogs I can be walking on the path and dogs will just stop, and their owners are like, what's going on? So it's just amazing. I do think that, I can speak to animals. I really do believe that. That's the peculiarness in me and the uniqueness in me. So we have prayed, we have done affirmations this morning, and I want to just say to each and every person that sees this, whether it's in a replay or whatever it is, somebody shared this video with you, that no good thing will God withhold from you. Look at that. You talking about blue, you're talking about a rose color, you're talking about purple there at the top. Isn't this amazing? Keisha, if you want to somehow take a picture of that, you most definitely can. However you need to do it, you most definitely can. I'm going to just scroll down a little bit so you can, if you desire to. So I'm just encouraging you this morning. I'm encouraging absolutely every single person that's in my tribe. And so whatever you desire, whatever's on your heart. And I also want to say that, when we come from manifestations, different levels of manifestation, and when you go into the second realm of manifestation, it's really about service. It's not about money. It's not about stuff and cars and boats and luxury items. All that stuff is fine and it's good and it's temporal, actually, because it's not things that you can use all the time, every single day anyway. But when you move into that second phase, it's really about service. It's really about support. And when you support other people, let me tell you, God will take care of you. He will. It will happen. He'll take care of you. He always will. He always has. I'm going to zoom around so you can just see just a little bit. He's that type of God. He takes care of it. He'll take care of you. Look at that. This is just a beautiful sky this morning. A beautiful, beautiful sky this morning. So I hope that you have a fabulous and fantastic rest of your day. It has just gotten started. It's probably about, I don't know what time it is, but look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So people, you can hear more vehicles now because people are getting ready to go about their day. Today is Friday. Thank you, Keisha, for joining me. I'll send you some pictures through Messenger, beloved, and have a great and extraordinary day. I gotta go and did you see that? And honestly, what happens about here about probably about 6:30, between 6:30 and like 7, over on my window, there's a huge amount of birds that come out and they just sing, literally probably for a good hour. They just sing. They're just giving praise to God. They're giving praise to God. So we've given our praise to God as well this morning. And so we're so faithful. He's so faithful. And we're so grateful to be able to be alive. Do something great. Hug on your children. If you have a husband or a wife, hug on them. Let them know that they are important to you. And if you have children, nieces and nephews, let them know that they are also important to you in your lifespan. Good morning, Tasha. Good morning, Tasha. Good morning, beautiful. Take care of that baby that you got coming and brewing in that tummy there, right? So have a fantastic, fantastic morning. This is Antoinette Marie. I wish and I pray, there's no wishing, I pray that God will bless your life continuously. Be well. Bye.